pointer. So, few months back, a 46-year-old male patient presented to outpatient department with a complaint of diminution of vision in both the eyes, right more than left, for past 20 years, which was gradual, progressive, and painless. Then he had history of blunt trauma to the right eye 10 years back, followed by there was further progression of loss of vision with intermittent pain in the right eye, leading to the present state of right eye. There was no history of any systemic illness or ophthalmic surgery or any ocular injection. On examination, there was no perception of light in the right eye, while BCVA in the left eye was 20/80. Slit lamp finding showed there were polychromatic crystals in the right eye in anterior segment along with pseudo hypopyon. Then there was on high magnification, the lens edge was seen inferiorly, showing inferior subluxation of the lens, and then there was rubeosis iridis. The pictures are taken from directly smartphone to the slit lamp, so might not be that clear. Other findings included mild mid-dilated non-reacting pupil along with exotropia. Gonioscopy showed obscured view due to presence of crystals. The left eye fundus photo showed disc pallor along with the macular puckering and the perivascular gliosis suggestive of healed vasculitis. Right eye fundus was not visible due to presence of crystal in vitreous cavity as well. Fundus fluorescent angiography of the left eye collaborated with the fundus finding of left eye, showing translucent defect of the macula and the pigment epithelial defects along with avascularity. So as the fundus was not seen, not visible in the right eye, so B scan was done and it showed moderate to high amplitude spikes filling the vitreous cavity suggestive of dense exudates or dense vitreous debris or organized vitreous hemorrhage with high reflectivity. So to further evaluate the case, we did antechamber paracentesis was performed and aspirate was sent for further analysis. The wet field light microscopy showed needle-shaped crystals and with terminal branching. And further biochemical analysis showed the presence of cholesterol in those crystals. The differential diagnosis came to our mind was syncytial scintillans, asteroid hyalosis, emulsified silicone oil, and old vitreous hemorrhage. So probable sequence of events in our case would have been we have seen the healed vasculitis in the left eye. So primarily there might have been Eales disease along with recurrent vitreous hemorrhage. Then the blunt trauma caused subluxation of lens and may or may not be associated with secondary glaucoma. There was breakdown of barrier and migration of anterior segment, migration of the cortex similarly affected along with the anterior chamber. Syncytial scintillans nowadays is used as a synonym, but the anterior segment is not involved in such cases. The cholesterosis bulbi could be due to trauma, intraocular hemorrhage, intraocular inflammation, or old retinal detachment. Cholesterol is derived from the breakdown of intraocular erythrocytes, and it could be primary or secondary in nature. And the end stage is phthisis bulbi. So to conclude, cholesterosis bulbi involving anterior segment with NVI is a rare and unusual finding. Further insult like trauma, aphakia, or subluxation of lens could lead to secondary anterior segment involvement. Timely diagnosis and treatment could have prevented the permanent vision loss. Thank you.